Hi, my name is Jimmy Tribbett, and our son, Tommy Tribbett, married Lindsay Egan on October 17, 2009 in Coeur d'Alene. They were married at a church up here, and then they had the reception at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. It started the day out where Tommy and the boys had their own separate room downstairs, and they had a big screen TV for fall football. And they were very well taken care of with food and whatever they wanted. Becky assisted them in helping them get ready if need be, which boys usually do. And then Lindsay had the suite the night before at the top, so all the bridesmaids could get ready up there, had their makeup put on by an artist, had their hair done at the same place, and had lovely food for brunch waiting them too. And it was just so convenient to have all the women, the moms, the grandmas, the little junior bridesmaids, that they were able to go and come on the top, of course, looking over the whole lake as the fog raised that morning, and it was just beautiful. And then the best part, one of them, was that Becky was able to keep Tommy from Lindsay until it was time for them to meet up near the swimming pool of the Coeur d'Alene Resort, and she turned him around, and then she surprised him so beautifully, and us parents were the only four that attended that. Then they were driven in a van to the Coeur d'Alene Resort golf course, and they took their own personal pictures there, which was just stunning, with the green dress in the background and on the dock, and so many different varieties of pictures. And then the bridesmaids arrived later that Becky had arranged for another van or bus, and then his parents came also, and then we all had those pictures taken there. And that was just very comforting to not have to worry about being outside the church or if anybody came early. And then we all left there, and they proceeded to the church from there. And then afterwards we came all back here to the resort, and everybody as they came in the door were greeted with these beautiful hors d'oeuvres. Tommy's favorite was the stuffed mushroom, and they were asked to have a glass of wine or champagne. And as they entered the door in the bay rooms, there were 5 in the extended, we used all of them, and it was just glittery, stunning, and breathtaking. And I would probably best describe this whole event, wedding and everything, as Fantasyland, a dream come true for all brides, mothers involved. And then they had the setting in red with napkins and black chair covers that Becky was totally in charge of getting everything done. And they had these 2 beautiful buffet lines with these huge ice sculptures that were donated by the resort. And they even had a children's buffet with hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, chicken strips, which I think the adults like even better than the buffet food. And everything was just so well done. Becky got us into the next thing where we needed to be to have the wedding party enter to their own dance music and their own little dance routine they had worked out. And when Jim could get up and give his talk, and Mark as well, Becky would tell us when. And they had 4 bar stations. And the DJ was just fantastic that Becky works with, so we didn't have to look for anybody. And one of the very neat things I saw that day when I went down to check on the grooms as they were preparing for the wedding was their projector was suspended from the ceiling, which was so neat to not have anything hanging down or in the way as they showed their videographer that night to everybody that attended of the wedding day. And they also hung these 4 huge, large carnation balls that suspended from the dance floor, and they were kind enough to do that for us. And as the night progressed, we just all danced and enjoyed it. And at midnight, Becky had made sure there were sliders served, and everything, they even let them go, I think, an hour longer than normal. And Lindsay had always wanted to do this, have a cigar lounge for Jim and Tommy and have it be a surprise. So the weather was rather chilly that night, so Becky had it arranged that it could be across the hall, and I don't know how she was going to do it, but she had fans in there and everything, and there were cigars, and there was a bar in there for anybody, men and women, whoever wanted to go in there. And that was probably a highlight that I will never forget, that she arranged all that and did that so beautifully. And I think one of the other really special things that I know I'll always appreciate was Becky was one of the only women left to come up to our room and help me put on my wedding dress, because I don't know what I'd have done if she wouldn't have been there to help me. So forever I'll appreciate that. And she sent me flowers in my room, and the accommodations at the resort were beautiful. They blocked rooms, people could call, and we had cookies sent up to the room when the people checked in. They gave them cookies, and I think everything was just beautiful. And then we had a breakfast brunch the next morning in one of the rooms. Becky locked all the gifts up that night for us, and the cards and everything was delivered to the breakfast brunch, and the kids could open some of the presents that morning, and they were just very, very accommodating because we had about 80 people come to breakfast, and we planned on 45. So they got more food ready for us with no problem. And of course, everything's no problem when you're getting married, and they can just take care of it for you. So anyway, again, I would highly recommend coming to the Coeur Resort and asking for Becky Johnson. Thank you.